Okay, so I see that we have the live stream on. Joao, can I have a confirmation that we have the candidate back in the room?
Yeah, I think so, but it's better if the candidate says something in the chat.
Osama, can...
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so Yelena, I think we can present, if we have everyone back in the room, we can start presenting the results on the screen. I would like to congratulate Mr. Osama Madadi as the upcoming IPSF president-elect. Congratulations, and you may have some few words to the General Assembly. The results are shown on the screen.
It is really hard to find the word at the moment. This is something that I have been working for like 2 years now, if not more. This was a moment that I've been waiting for. I am not very much good in expressing my gratitude in words, but I will make sure to express my gratitude in deeds, and my work would be your biggest thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Osama, and congratulations one more time on your election. Okay, we can proceed. Okay, do we have the candidates for Secretary General in the room? Can I have a confirmation if you have both candidates in the room? Okay, Brian and Wendy. All right, as per the procedure, motion has been proposed by the General Assembly. We'll directly proceed to the to open the floor for discussion. So if you have any points, now we have the system working. So please submit your points through the Google form. I see 1 point from MyPSA Malaysia. Please take the floor.
Thank you, Aya. Kishan from IPSC Malaysia. Now, making specific IPSF documents transparent to members has been mentioned by several past SecGens. However, there were no actual actions seen. So how would you, as the candidate for the SecGen, foresee this to be implemented if you get elected? And please be specific if possible. Thank you.
Okay, and I'm not sure if Aya is here, but according to the official documents, we start with the candidate who submitted the application first. So I will be starting. Meanwhile, Aya will be fixing her technical. So like if you have the 1 minute set and I can start, please let me know. Okay, I will be starting. So to answer your question, I definitely agree with you that this point has been brought by many secretary generals before, and it has probably never seen the light, at least not fully. Regarding my plans, actually, they are quite concrete because I already made the EMRO database, which is a drive that contains all IPSF documents and also some documents related to EMRO, and it is already released, and it took me 1 year of work, and it is already like available and members have access to it. And I definitely agree with you that everyone should have access to equal opportunities of growth. And I plan to make the database go global since it's already there, and I will be adding corners to each region, so it will be containing IPSF global documents and also specific documents to each region, and it will be also made available. It will be an easy task because the database already exists and already everything is there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan. Sorry, we have a technical from RPSA Rwanda, or several technicals. I don't know if they're up to date. Is anyone still facing a technical? Okay, then I will move on and give Wendy the floor to answer the question.
Thank you, my PSA Malaysia, for your question. So transparency, obviously, between the Federation and its members has always been imperative. I plan to send out all the necessary documents to CP and answer any corresponding questions or answers when needed, especially for further clarification. Furthermore, as I have mentioned already in my nomination, I hope that through establishing a comprehensive list of motions in force will help to create further transparency for member organizations and also will clarify decisions made in the past and its effect on the official document and the procedures taken. Additional to that, by continuously making sure the archives are digitalized, and also making sure that those that are already digitalized be organized on the online library as soon as possible. And during my mandate this year as the April Secretary, I developed the minutes template to help also with the transparency as well, so that member organizations can identify clearly the action points needed from a certain meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendy. So what we usually do is that we change within the question. So the next question first, Wendy will answer it and then Ryan, okay? So I have a technical from Isma Farsi.
Okay, Isma Farsi Indonesia. We just wonder if like both candidates can also show their face on the camera, so we can also see how confident they are in answering. I think if it's possible for Ryan, thank you.
Ryan, could you open your camera?
Yes, my camera is open, but I have a problem. Like the laptop is not the same device I'm using for the voice. Therefore, you can see clearly, like you can find me. It's called the same one, like Ryan EMRO chairperson, and you can see my like my face there. The camera is on. Thank you.
Okay, so Odis, please find the one that has the camera on. Next question, I think, is LPSA Lebanon.
Adila Mdahli, LPSA Lebanon. I would like to thank both candidates for their applications and would like to wish you the best of luck. So my question is that we know that the secretariat position is for 2 years. I would like to ask you, what plan do you have in mind that you would like to implement in these 2 years, and you believe it will have a long-term effect on the upcoming secretaries? Thank you.
Thank you, LPSA. So we will start with Wendy. You have 1 minute.
Okay, thank you, our PSA Lebanon, for your question. So as mentioned in my motivation, I would like to establish 3 main goals within my within the 2-year mandate. And so the 3 main goals are to ensure transparency, development, and leadership within the SecGen portfolio. So I would like to continue to digitalize the archives and have those that are ready in the digital file ready for members to have access to, organized ideally by topic for better organization and clarity. And then to further develop the Federation, we need to ensure all official documents and procedures are up to date, hence my goal in developing the comprehensive list of motions in force. Additionally, I would like to continue an initiative done in the past called the Monthly Digest, which I believe was stopped in the year in 2019. So I would like to continue that along with the help from the Secretariat, CWC, and relevant EXCO members to reformat it as a quarterly dispatch to keep our members and external partners up to date with the work in IPSF. And I hopefully by doing that, I can provide CWC with more task and motivation throughout the mandate. Thank you.
Okay, we have Ryan.
I'm sorry, I'd like to have a clarification. I wasn't able to hear the question.
PSA, please can you clarify for Ryan again?
Yes, of course. So my question was, we are aware that the secretary position is for 2 years. So I was asking what plan do you have in mind you would like to achieve in these 2 years, and that you believe it will leave an impact on the long run on the upcoming secretaries and on IPSF. I hope it's clear. If it's not, please tell me.
I'm sorry, a technical, I still cannot hear you. I have a bit of a bad connection. So would you please repeat?
Yes,
Sorry
of
for
course.
the connection.
Okay, no, don't worry at all. So I was asking that we know that the secretary position is for 2 years. So I was asking, what plan do you have in mind that you would like to achieve in these 2 years? And you believe it will leave a benefit on the long run for both the upcoming secretaries and IPSF. Thank you.
Ryan?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the question. Yes, you can hear me, right?
Yes,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yes, we can hear you.
Guys, you can hear me? Yeah. Okay, so to address Hadil's question, yeah, definitely. I think that to achieve consistency throughout the mandates, what we need to do is actually to work on guidelines, on specific guidelines and manuals that can be used by the next generations, whether it's a section or a secretary or whatever. And I have already developed those documents for EMRO. I would like to definitely have those guidelines also being global. For example, the official delegates general assembly manual, how to manage a general assembly, and also how to write update. We already have the manual how to write minutes, but I like to introduce all the new changes to it. So yeah, I believe that having clear guidelines is the way we can keep consistency throughout the Monday.
Thank you, Ryan. So I think Asip Algeria said this was not a direct but a new point. Can we go back to the new points, please, and have Asip please submit it as a new point? Thank you so much. We have as next PCAT Thailand.
Thanks, Jelena. I'm Seth from PSAT Thailand. First of all, I would like to thank you both for your applications, since you both are mentioning that you want to ensure our federation to follow the strategies planned 2020 to 2023. So my question is, how are your strategies to applying this, considering EXCO consists of all regional chairs and different roles? Thank you.
Thank you. We have Ryan.
Can I have also a clarification on the last part of the question?
Yes, PCAT, can you clarify?
Sure. My question is, how do you make sure that what is the strategies to applying the considering EXCO consists of original shares and different, so to follow the strategies planned? Is that I
Okay.
hope that's clarify you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So regarding the strategic plan, I've been working actively with the team making it with the task force. I was leading many parts of how it was made, so I'm fully aware of how it is. I also took a course on how to build the strategic plan and how to make it, on how to do a proper follow-up. So this is what I'm going to share with you. The proper way to do so is by having regular meetings every quarter, every quarter of the term with the respective executive committee to see where they reached regarding our plan. Also, I made a sheet already to be used for the next Monday for Execo to fill to see the outcomes and the progress on the strategic plan. Also, regarding like regionally, I have suggested in the EM2 where we discussed this point that we will be having specific sheets to regions, and it will be like they will be updating it as well, and we make sure that the global goals goes also with the regional goals, and this way it will have some sort of regular updates on how are we like proceeding, or what did we achieve from the strategic plan. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Wendy.
Okay, thank you PSAT Thailand for your question. So the strategic plan for 2020 to 23 is actually already well organized from the way that I see it now into categories that are related to the different EXCO portfolios, which in itself would make it a lot easier for respective EXCOs to identify which areas are their main points of focus to help the Federation achieve the strategic plan. So I think my plan of action is to ensure that EXCOs actually follow through with the strategic plan by making sure that they actually realize and understand what is written in the strategic plan first. So to do this, I'll first need to understand the strategic plan myself in its entirety myself, which I will do so by talking to the current secretariat prior to the start of the mandate. Then at EM1, I will address this to the EXCOs to make sure that they are aware of the plan. Additionally, I will follow up with the EXCOs at the next additional EMs or even any sort of EXCO meetings on a quarterly basis based on what they have written in their monthly updates and their committee's quarterly updates as well. So those will be followed up with their updates each time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would also just point out the candidates to please look at the chat when the time is up to stop kindly. And I would also like to give the floor back to Aya. I think she's back.
Yes, thank you. Can you confirm if you hear me? All right, my apologies for the technical issues. I will proceed sometime without the camera, but I will open it during the closed discussion as well. So for now, I would like to give the floor to the KMPSV, the Netherlands.
Henrik, KMPSV Netherlands. So thank you for your applications. We wanted to ask you, after the difficulties of the SecGem position last minute, what do the candidates plan or have in mind to prevent these difficulties from occurring again? Thank you.
Okay, I think we have Wendy first for this one. Yelena, can you confirm?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you, KNPSCV, for your question. So actually, I know obviously with the previous SecGen resigning on the last minute, I actually had the opportunity to talk to her prior to obviously the elections and even writing my nomination form with regards to how to plan out the year and also the mandate as well. So in order to have a better transition into the position, I've already started drafting necessary documents that are needed, especially in the beginning of the mandate when it's very busy. Obviously, those documents will still need to be reviewed by the current Secretary General and also the Secretariat, but at least that's something that I'm ready to prepare for, and also with the time management as well. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ryan.
Can I, okay. No, I didn't hear the question, I'm sorry.
So can I go?
Yes, please.
So Henrik, KMPSV Netherlands.
I'm not sure if someone is talking, but I'm still not here.
Can you guys hear me? Just confirming it.
Yes, we can. KMPSV the Netherlands, we can't.
Okay.
Ryan, I'll just make sure that Ryan is hearing before you proceed with the point.
Yes.
Ryan, can you confirm if you can hear?
Yeah, I can hear now. Thank you.
Okay, so now KMPSV the Netherlands will clarify the question one more time. So KMPSV, the floor is yours.
Yes, Henrik KMPSV Netherlands. So we wanted to ask you after the difficulty of the SecGen position last mandate, what do you plan or have in mind to prevent these difficulties from occurring again? Thank you.
I'm sorry for my connection problems, but I literally cannot hear you. So if someone can type maybe the question for me, please.
Okay, so Ryan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So, because I cannot rephrase your question, KMPSV the Netherlands. So, he wrote it on the chat box. So KMPSV is asking, after the difficulties of the SecGen position last mandate, what do the candidates plan or have in mind to prevent these difficulties from occurring again? I hope it's clear now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for the question. So after the resignation of the past Secretary General, I have been very involved in the SecGen tasks, and I've already helped and assist in several tasks that were meant to be done by.
Ryan? Ryan, are you still with us?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much. So regarding the question raised regarding the section, the issues that have been faced with the section last year, I have been already involved after Mr. Reza resigned, and I held and I assisted with many tasks. Meanwhile, we elected a new section, and I also been of help for Ms. Yelena throughout the handover. So I'm quite aware of what is the section portfolio is about, and to ensure that this will not happen again, I will be making sure that I will be following my plan to the letter, which means that I can guarantee that no such a problem will be held. I'm very committed to my work and my positions, and therefore
okay, Ryan, I will have to stop you. The time is up. Thank you. Next, we have Isma Farsi, Indonesia.
Thank you, Aya. So this is the question for board nominees. Thank you for your applications. As a Secretary General, it is highly recommended that each of you maybe later be able to attend the EM in person for the meeting minutes and etc. Have you faced any kinds of issues with getting a visa to the Netherlands before? And how can you ensure your attendance to the correspondence? Thank you. I hope that's clear.
Okay, thank you, Esma Farsi. We will start with Ryan. Ryan, did you hear the question or you need more clarification?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. Can I answer now?
Yes.
So yeah, I have, as mentioned in my report and also in my candidature, I've already attended EM2. I missed EM1 due to some unfortunate situation where where they have been informed that there is one document that I submitted that was not fully correct, which is the invitation provided actually. And for the next EM2, I was there regardless that I missed my exam. And I have I am taking the exam again. So I'm quite committed to attending EM2, EM1 and EM2 and all the IPSF events. I had no previous problems with traveling, and I have no problem with visa as well. So yeah, this is my threat.
Okay, next we have Wendy.
Okay, thank you for your question. So obviously traveling currently will be dependent on the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic. So if that was not a concern, once the EM dates are confirmed, I will communicate this to my employer as soon as possible to take time off work. And that has not been a problem in the past for the APPS symposium. And yeah, so I've also checked in advance with visa requirements with my passport, and I do not need any sort of visa application to go to Den Haag, South Korea, and even Turkey for the next World Congress after the year after, which means all I need to do is just get leave from work and literally buy an airplane ticket. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I would like just to stress on a point that has been shared by Joao in the chat box. If you have any interventions for the sake of making sure that the candidates are hearing it, just prepare a written copy of that. I hope this is okay with everyone. Next, we have EPSF Egypt.
Yasmin Gohri, EPSF Egypt. Thank you both for your applications, and I wish you both the best of luck. I just had a question during the sudden pandemic that we just had. The GAs and RAs had to be online, so I wanted to ask in your role for preparations of them, and thank you.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat the last part?
I will ask EPSF Egypt kindly to write the question in the chat box while I give Wendy the floor, because now we're starting with Wendy.
Okay, thank you EPSF Egypt for your questions. So this year, obviously with the COVID-19 pandemic, I had to organize the Regional Assembly for Asia Pacific Regional Assembly online. Obviously that was quite a task as well. And I guess one of the things that I started is obviously making sure that I develop the specific timelines so that I can follow it strictly, and being able to keep the member organizations informed with the exact documents that they need to submit, and also things like the extra procedures and the new things that will need to be implemented in the online regional assembly. So for example, in closed discussion, all the things that we cannot do, for example, using our phones. And so I made sure that everybody had their hands up, and I had pre-training for all the official delegates to make sure we go through all the technicalities required for using the online platform as well. So that's also my plan for if the unfortunate event happens that we have to hold the assembly again online next year. Thank you.
Okay, Ryan, is it clear to you now, or you need more? Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Aya. So this year, yes, definitely it was so hard to shift in the last minute from live RA and GA to online options. So the first thing I did is I held a meeting and invited the regional chairpersons. We had a brainstorming, and I made a clear document with deadlines for everyone to be to use it if they wish to from other regions. I've also been involved in this online GA preparation very much. I have made a new system for the roll call, which is very efficient, and the new move up as well have been introduced by me to EMRO Regional Assembly for the first time, and then it was extended to the other regional assemblies and the General Assembly. Also, I have been working on many I attended all online GA, online RAs, and I took notes of what went wrong, that this GA will not repeat the same mistakes. And after each regional assembly, I made sure that I share those notifications with the chairperson of who is having the next regional assembly, and that they don't repeat the mistakes.
Okay, Rihanna, I will have to stop you. The time is over. Sorry. I have a procedure motion from NZAPSO New Zealand. Can you state your motion, please?
Yeah, NZAPSO New Zealand as Jared. I'm just a bit wary of the time. We've only had 2 elections. We've already got to reopen one because of what happened with the president. And I just think we really should try and move it along and get into the closed discussion now.
Okay, can I just have a confirmation from the team and motion committee if we already have 5 interventions?
Agata Motions Committee, I think we had 5, but let me.
Okay, so I just been told that we already had 6 interventions, so we can have the procedure motion seconded by NAPS Australia, and we need to vote on this one before we proceed to the closed discussion. So all those against proceeding to the closed discussion? Motion carried unanimously. So now we will proceed to the closed discussion. I would like to ask